See what you can do. Drop your shoulders, lengthen your breath. Find that gentle breath in and out through your nose. And that gentle breath can almost feel like a stream, like a mountain stream or a thin trickle of water from a fountain, versus a wave. So if you've practiced hatha yoga or hot yoga or something in a studio, you may practice ujjayi breath, which is ocean breath, which sounds like waves. And we do that sometimes here in the breathwork, but we don't necessarily do it through the practice. And we certainly don't start off with ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is very stimulating. So in this chair yoga practice, our goal is first to bring us here, bring us to the present, then do a little bit of breath work once we're settled, and then do a little bit of movement and then settle us back down. So we kind of look like this. No, the other way around, like this. That's how our nervous systems look for the next 45 minutes. Close your eyes, reduce the data that's coming in through your eyes. Notice the feel of the cushion and the floor underneath your feet or your legs. Notice the feel of your legs underneath your fingers and palms. Notice the smell of the air as it enters your nose. Notice the temperature of the air. And notice any resistance that your mind has today. There will always be, almost always be, resistance. Even when you're in a studio, you will have resistance to stopping what you're doing and going to the studio. Sometimes the only thing that gets us there is the fact that we're being paid, like me, or we're paying, like you. Sometimes I pay too. Or sometimes we've made a commitment to the studio or to ourselves or to our friends. There's always something that gets us there. And just notice what's getting you here today. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your shoulders, the gentle inhaling and exhaling, creating a balloon-like movement in your chest. And if you can, we've been practicing this for a while, bring your breath and your awareness into your belly. And just breathe with a sort of Buddha belly for a while. There are many images you can use here. You can imagine like a marshmallow or something soft and puffy like a cloud. Make your belly soft and puffy like a cloud. Notice how I'm resisting the impulse to make a joke about my own belly or anyone else's belly. Make your belly as soft as you can. That's exactly how it should be. As we've talked about a lot in this ongoing class, the belly breath is the relaxing breath. That's the bottom zone. It's the breath that we breathe when we're asleep, ideally. It's the breath that we breathe when we're focusing on a hobby, something quieting and makes us feel happy, like playing a musical instrument or knitting or painting, bullet journaling. So breathe that breath now. In and out through your nose. Just observe that soft breath, soft belly. Now we'll transition a little bit. We'll transition into toothpaste tube breath. I have wacky names for breaths, but they're all usually quite descriptive. So just keep watching your natural breath, belly breath. And yeah, you may yawn or there may be lots of responses to this breath. Probably not coughing just yet. That may come. So as you watch your natural breath now, notice your pelvic floor. So you may have to first say, what is my pelvic floor? It's the part of you that's closest to the ground right now. And just notice where it's going. So we talk a lot about elevators here, or the elevator going up and down, and your pelvic floor right now, whether you know it or not, is gently going up and down. See if you can feel that. It is going down. This is male or female. It is going down on the inhale. Your thoracic cavity gets bigger. Your internal organs, your digestive organs drop a little bit. Your belly opens out and gets nice and soft, and your pelvic floor drops, and then it lifts on the inhale. Sorry, exhale. So for toothpaste tube breath, you can bring your hand in front of your belly if you like, just like almost indicating like an elevator. And we're going to mirror the pelvic floor with our hand. So inhale, it goes down a little. And exhale, it comes up a little. And there's still no effort here. We're going to effort in a second. If you practice yoga in a normal setting, you probably have heard the words Mula Bandha. That is Mula Bandha, your pelvic floor here. So just take a few more breaths and see if you can line up your hand movement. It's very gentle because your pelvic floor is not moving very much, but we're going to expand that now. So inhale, let your pelvic floor move all the way down as close to the floor as you can. Fill up your breath. Release your pelvic floor. So this is, you're activating your muscles of your diaphragm and your intercostals and all the muscles in the top of your body, but your low body, especially your diaphragm, is released. And then exhale, squeeze a tube of toothpaste out, squeeze the air out, exhale, pelvic floor comes up, and you can really exaggerate that movement with your hand. Inhale, let it go. If you've ever done Kegel exercises, this is also Kegel exercises. Exhale, squeeze it up. Exhale all your air like a tube of toothpaste out your nose. Inhale, release. So your abdominals kick in as well. Exhale, abdominals kick in. Everything low body kicks in, then high body kicks in. Exhale fully. Inhale, release. Even your legs may kick in here. Pull your femurs towards each other, almost lifting your body up off the floor. And then inhale. Exhale, powerfully squeeze the tube of toothpaste, squeeze everything out. And you do this on your own breath, not on my breath. You can join me if you like. But because I'm talking and also because my breath is a different length than yours, it may not be exactly the same. So once you get the idea, continue, close your eyes, practice this breath. Exhale, the body is tight, tight, tight. Inhale, the body is soft, soft, soft. Exhale, lower body gets tight, tight, tight. Three more. Inhale, drop your pelvic floor. Soften it up. Exhale. A strange new image just came to my head. Maybe it'll be effective. On the inhale, lasagna noodle. Make your pelvic floor a cooked lasagna noodle. Nice and soft, close to the floor. Exhale, raw lasagna noodle. Push it up. Pelvic floor is hard, tight, pushing up towards the belly button. Exhale all the air. Inhale. soft noodle. Last one, cooked noodle. Exhale, push it up towards your belly button. All your viscera goes up, up, up. Exhale. And last one, release. Bring your hand back to your knees. Breathe normally in and out through your nose. Keep your eyes closed. Notice any differences. Notice if there's any warmth in your belly. Let's go straight into our twists here. And let's take note of our pelvic floor here. So inhale up. Arms come up overhead. Where's your pelvic floor? Exhale. Push your pelvic floor up towards your belly button. Exhale, fully twist one way. This is subtle work. I can't see it. You can't even really feel it, but you can feel it. Inhale, drop your pelvic floor. Exhale, pull it up. One more. Inhale, drop it down. Soften it up. Cook lasagna noodle. Exhale, raw lasagna noodle. Push it up. Inhale, hands come overhead. Softly float. Exhale, switch sides. Really exhale, deeply pull your pelvic floor up. If you cannot find your pelvic floor, simply squeeze your abs in. Inhale, drop, release your abs. Exhale, twist, bring your pelvic floor high. One more, big inhale. Exhale, kegel that pelvic floor up. Come back to center. Take a forward fold here, wherever you are. We're on the floor, so we're extending our arms out in front of us. If you're on the floor, you can come to child's pose here. If you're in the chair, your arms are in front of you, you're in forward fold. Take a few breaths. Release your pelvic floor altogether. No need to control it anymore. If you're in child's pose, this is a perfect place to really release your pelvic floor. Breathe into your back body, right into your kidneys. Breathe into your kidneys. If you're on the chair, breathe into your back body. Same, breathe into the kidneys. Imagine if my hands were on your back body, down low near your kidneys. And my hands would be out kind of like low angel wings. Imagine breathing one more breath into them and spreading my hands apart. And now come up to all fours. If you're in the chair, you can do seated cat-cow in the chair. Take a few cat-cows here on all fours. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow, just like we've been doing. You know what it looks like in the chair. I'll show you. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. One more. And last one. Warming up our spines in preparation. And now everyone can come off their chair. If you're down on the floor, you're just going to bring your elbows out in front of you, just like this. So you're in child's pose, but your elbows are on the floor. We're going to begin to stretch out the skin of our underarms. If you're on the chair, I'm going to turn around so my bum is towards you because I don't have a chair or sofa around there anymore. I'm putting my elbows on the chair and pulling my bum away from them. I'm going a little bit sideways here so you can see. My elbows are on the chair. This is like puppy pose. It's a variation of puppy pose. My elbows are on the chair and my heavy body is falling through. And I'm getting some stretch in the delicate skin of the underarms, rotator cuffs. Find your deep, long breath. Release your pelvic floor. Release your belly. Last breath. Big, deep exhale. Drop your torso right through. If you're on the floor, extend your arms out long in front of you and come into actual puppy pose. Hips are over knees, hands are outstretched. And we can do this on the chair too. It involves putting our hands on the chair and walking our knees back a little bit and letting the torso drop down. So this is more intense than the stretch that we just did. Take 3 breaths here in puppy pose or modified puppy pose. There is a way to do this on the chair as well, depending on your chair. I'll turn my chair around so you can see. You can have your knees on the chair and your hands or your elbows on the back of the chair and just drop down. You need to have a high-backed chair or a sofa for this, but it is an option. 2 more breaths here in puppy pose. Deep exhale, release your pelvic floor. We need to rest and work that pelvic floor. It should not always be tight, contrary to popular belief. Doesn't get enough blood flow if it's always tight. Okay, if you're standing up, we'll come into sun salutations, standing up. I'm going to do the first one standing up and I'll do the next 2 in the chair. You can come back to the chair. If you're doing them in the chair, you know what to do. Inhale, overhead. We'll flow through the first one nice and slow. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot lunges back. Exhale, drop down. A beautiful psoas stretch. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you're choosing to do this on the floor, but you're not there yet, you can do puppy pose here. Inhale, forward, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, back to downward facing dog or puppy pose. And now right foot comes forward if you're standing. Left foot comes up if you're seated, and inhale. And exhale, curl. Big inhale. Step that left foot in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Really work these half lifts like we did yesterday. Exhale, fold, or give yourself a break from yesterday. We really worked those QL muscles yesterday, just at the top of the pelvis. Exhale, neutral. That's the first side. Here we go. Second side. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back, long lunge. Left foot comes in if you're seated, and then exhale, fold or drop. Big inhale. Exhale, neutral pose if you're seated, puppy pose or downward facing dog if you're on the floor. Inhale, cow pose or cobra pose. Exhale, cat pose, downward facing dog or puppy pose or child's pose. On the floor, left foot comes forward. On the couch, right knee comes up. Big inhale. Big exhale, drop down. Delicious psoas stretch on the floor. Delicious back stretch on the couch. Big inhale. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tone up your belly. Come on up. Exhale, neutral. Most of my cues work whether you're sitting or whether you're standing. Here we go. I'm extending my legs this time. Inhale, overhead. And exhale, fold. And you can just stay in this forward fold if you want. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Where are you feeling the tugging here? Step your right foot back or your right knee in. Curl or sink down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, downward facing dog, puppy pose, or neutral pose in the chair. Beautiful, Sasha. Inhale, torso through. Exhale, torso back. Inhale, left knee in or right foot back up to the lunge, straight up forward. Exhale, fold or drop into the lunge. Lengthen your breath for these. Inhale, long. Exhale, step your left foot forward or put your left foot on the ground and forward fold. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Breath and movement together. It's magic. Inhale up. Magic for your fascia, magic for your body, magic for your nervous system. Relax. Mountain pose, other side. Here we go. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. This time it's our left knee that's going to come forward or up. Inhale, left knee comes up for me. Exhale, drop down, delicious lunge, delicious curl. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, some neutral pose, downward facing dog, puppy pose, child's pose. Ripple forward, inhale. Ripple back. Feel how your back is getting more flexible between its joints every single day. Left foot is moving if you're on the floor. Right foot is moving if you're in the chair. Snuggle that right knee in. Exhale, drop down, curl down, whichever you choose to do. Benefits to the whole body. Inhale, long spine. Step that left foot forward. Forward fold. Big inhale. Big exhale. Are you sore somewhere? How can you modify this movement? If you're sore somewhere, please ask me in the DM, in the direct message. Exhale, neutral. Take a break, 2 breaths. Let's flow through one last time, standing or seated, your choice. We'll go a little faster. I'm extending my legs to get a little more effort. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Sasha's doing this whole thing sitting down on the floor. Brilliant. Inhale, right knee in. Exhale, curl. Inhale, long. Exhale, neutral. Inhale, chest forward. Back bend. Exhale, back. Inhale, left knee in. Bring your effort into your waist here, sculpting, using the muscles of your waist. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, extend your legs, forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold, moving the body on your breath. That helps us to elongate the breath, get better lung capacity. Inhale up. And get in touch with our bodies. Exhale, neutral. Getting in touch with that work-rest dichotomy. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. A little faster for this one, more like a dance. Inhale, left knee up. On the floor, this is really great. It helps you find that long, straight spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, neutral. You can place your feet on the floor, soles of your feet on the floor when you're seated. If you want, inhale, forward. Little back bend. Exhale, round. Inhale, right knee in. Exhale, fold forward. Big inhale, long spine. Last one. Big exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, neutral. Take a breath. I think we'll do some side body and ab work today. So if you're on the floor or if you're on the chair, this is going to work for both. You're probably going to need to be on the floor. It's probably not going to work. We'll do a bit of standing stuff that'll work for standing, and then you'll have to come to the floor. So inhale your arms overhead, no matter where you are. And we're just going to pendulum side to side here. I just want to get you used to the muscles that are doing this. Very small. This is not a lot of effort. We're just getting used to what muscles are kicking in here. Side to side. Feels different on the floor, feels different on the chair, feels different upright, probably most effective standing. But just get used to all those muscles. Close your eyes and notice where the tugging is happening and where the hardening is happening. So there's somewhere in your body, besides your arms, that's doing this movement for you. And it's probably, hopefully, your abdominals. Remember your quadratus lumborum? Both, I don't know what the plural of that, quadratus lumborae. Bring your hands behind your back and let's check in with those. I would rather you not be doing this with your back muscles. I would rather you be doing this with your belly muscles. So bring your hands to your back, just behind your bum. Go side to side and notice if those muscles are soft. There's going to be movement in the fascia. Lower your hands a little bit so that your fingers are actually touching the chair. And then your QL muscles will kind of be underneath your palms. So there's going to be movement. You're going to feel your fascia moving and your fat moving and your skin moving and all that. But otherwise there's softness there. And then bring your hands to your belly, come into your deep abdominals, push your fingers through all the layers, skin, fat, fascia, everything. And you'll find your muscles in there and see if they can be doing this for you. So my fingertips are either side of my belly button right now. And I'm touching my deep abdominal muscles. They might not be the deep ones actually. I'm not sure. I have to find that out. Okay, now we're going to take a side bend. So come to a full side bend. Now that you're used to knowing what that feels like with your belly, and hold this with your belly. And you're going to, if you're seated, you're going to have to energize one foot. The foot that you're bending over to that side, that foot is going to have to be energized on the floor. Otherwise, you'll just fall over. If you're seated, it's a little easier. If you're standing, it's awesome. You can push your hip out to the other side. Take a breath here. Notice what's stretching and notice what's working. One more breath. Big exhale, stretch long, hold in the belly. Windmill your hands up and over. Notice what's tired. Hopefully it's your belly, not your back. And then exhale. If you live in a lordotic state, an overly lordotic state, so your butt is stuck out like a gymnast or a figure skater, this is a good kind of work for you as long as you're doing it with your belly. Take a breath. You can even tilt your pelvis a tiny bit here. Tilt it a tiny bit to get that sensation of using your belly muscles. One more breath. Windmill your arms up. Bring your hands to your hips and do a couple of Sufi grinds, but do it just with your belly muscles. You don't even have to open your eyes. You know what a Sufi grind looks like now? It means a rotation of your torso. If you are new, you need to pop your eyes open and see what this looks like. It's basically a barrel roll. Roll your torso in both directions just to check in and make sure that we are in our belly muscles. And then come up to seated. Now, if you're standing, you're going to want to come down to the floor for this because we're going to do some abs. So if you're seated, just come back a little bit, lean back a little in your chair. You can bring your hands to your belly if you like, and then come back up to seated. So my feet are very strong on the floor. And if you're seated, you probably want your feet on the floor as well in that sort of traditional crunch position. So just lean back, and as you come forward, your belly will be soft. This shouldn't be a lot of effort, and as you come back, your belly will get hard. Just tap it, see, it's hard. And then come forward. And do that a couple of times. But now start lifting your chest towards the sky. So when you come back, lift your chest. So we're not curling over like this in a crunch position. We're lifting our chest a little bit and just notice what happens. I get a little bit of pressure in my low back, so I'm not going to do too much. I'm going to reduce the range of movement here of this. I'm going to make it quite small so that I'm still getting some hardness in my belly, but I'm not getting any crunching in my low back. My spine is really long, my chin is tucked a little bit. These are kind of like chair crunches. And they're very gentle. You can do quite a few of them. They're kind of like boat pose, except we're not lifting our feet off the floor. And then we will come into boat pose. So let's everybody do one-sided boat. Lift your right leg off the floor and just come back. And if this is too much, reach under your right thigh and just hold your torso up a little bit, because I don't want any sensation in the back. Everything is in the belly. And really the only people that need to be careful about this are people that have had a surgery in your belly, like people who've had a cesarean or something. Everybody else, you got pretty strong belly muscles. Hold yourself up on your legs, switch legs. Take a few breaths here. Release your leg, come forward into a fold, spread your legs, and fold forward. Notice anything going on in your low back here. If you have sensitivity in your low back, you're going back too far. Take it a little easier. Maybe lift your legs a little more and go back a little less. Okay, come up. Let's do it again. We'll do a little more of like a crunch thing. You can do two-legged boat pose if you like. It looks like this. With any degree of helping with your hands. Your hands can really hold your whole body back there if you like. Or you can be in full boat where you're not holding on at all. Or you can be in like a real boat, like Pilates boat with your toes up. I can't do that on the chair. One more breath. And then just do a few crunches. Hold onto your leg and pull your upper body towards your knee. Remember that sensation of just using your belly muscles? You're going to want to use your hip flexors here, your psoases. See if you can not do that. See if you can just make these tiny movements with your belly. And now we're going to fold forward again. And when we fold forward, remember that belly breath, that soft marshmallowy thing that's happening in the belly. Trust me, you will make more progress if you release your belly and then exercise it. Last breath here in rest. We will not do sexy jellyfish today because we did it yesterday. But we are going to do boat pose for the last time. I'm going to keep my feet wide here. Just choose some other boat pose, whatever it might be. It might be like legs up. I don't know what it is. Your feet don't have to be very far off the floor as long as your belly is hard. Just palpate your belly. Notice, are you getting work there? And then take a few little pulses. Pulse your knees towards your shoulders. They can be very small. These can be super small. My toes can just be touching the floor. A few more. And then forward fold. Soften your belly. Deepen your breath. Release the muscles in your legs, belly, torso, neck. Release your pelvic floor. Notice its movement on your gentle breath. Pelvic floor muscles are directly connected to your abdominal muscles and connected by a whole bunch of fascia down there. Gently come back up. Let's take a few more twists. Bring your knees into neutral. Just going to check the time. Let's take a few more twists here. And I'd like these twists to just be from the belly. We're just going to finish up with the belly and then we'll do a full long twist. So bring your hands to your shoulders and twist to one side and then the other. And remember that place that was hard underneath your fingers? You can even bring your fingers back there and just notice if that's the place that's doing this on you. Check and see if your belly muscles are strong and moving. If you want to extend your arms slowly, you can. Exhale, extend. Do this slow. Move slow to feel more in this one. Reach your hand forward, one hand back. This is not a held twist. This is a strengthening move. Last two. Come back to center. Take a breath. Let's just do a simple chair twist to finish up. So we're just going to keep our knees facing exactly where they are. If you're on the floor, you can just take a regular twist. But if you're on the chair, just work your hands around, both hands around. So no hands on your knees this time. Work both of your hands around. My knees are still facing forward. Work both of your hands around to grab onto something on your chair and take a few breaths. Sasha's going to do some planks here. This is a good place for some planks. One more breath. Release the chair, let your body come through center, nice and smooth, and then come to the other side, grab onto your chair. My knees are together and facing forward. And there's a little energy in those knees to keep them doing that because they want to come over like this, but I don't want them to be. I want them to be facing forward. Twist on the chair. Notice those same belly muscles that we were just using being wrung out like a sponge. Imagine they're like a sponge. I'm using a lot of strange kitchen images in the pelvis today, but see if it's effective. Use it, wring it out like a sponge. Exhale, twist. One more. Exhale, twist it out. Knees face forward. Come back to center. Last forward fold. If you're on the floor, you can take a child's pose like Sasha is doing. Release everything in this last forward fold. Release your shoulders, release the big muscles of your back, release the back of your neck. Release your pelvis, your hip flexors. You may have to use a little bit of energy in your legs to come back up to neutral. If you're on the floor, you can lower your way back to lying down. Come to neutral on your chair. If you like to, you can pull your way back. Feel the chair, intersection of your upper and lower legs, just behind your knee. Come back into your body, notice your heart rate. So we did this, we did our little low parasympathetic breathing thing, and then we got a little more active and we brought our heart rate up a little tiny bit. It's still chair yoga, so we're not going crazy, but now we're coming back down, and hopefully we'll go down even a little further than we were at the beginning because you've been moving and breathing. So deepen your breath and notice the quality of the air coming in and out through your nostrils. Notice your muscular activity. Send your breath through your body. Notice anywhere that's tight. I notice that my back is tight. And it kind of has to be a little bit to hold me up, but how much can I soften it? How much can I soften my shoulders? I know that my feet can be soft. I know that my face can be soft. I know that my fingers can be soft. Bring your attention to your midriff, to the middle of your body, where your digestive organs are, where your abdominal muscles are. Use that long exhale. Notice your pelvic floor just riding like just a gentle wave. It's like millimeters. It's not big. Your chest is moving much more than your abdomen or than your pelvic floor, but it's still moving. Can you soften it? It's one of the last places to soften on most people. Gently begin to come back. So we've taken our nervous system down. We put the brake on with our parasympathetic tone. Lowered our heart rate, lowered our breath rate. Now we begin to wake up mind and body. Wiggle fingers and toes. Swallow. Move your cheekbones a little. Widen your shoulders if they've come towards each other a bit. Open your eyes. Smile. Thank you, everyone. It's a beautiful day here. It's actually hot. So if you're in Vancouver, I hope you get to go outside this afternoon. It's the perfect time to do it.